Welcome back. My name is Steve, and this is the original Life and Sad Ending channel. Today we're going to look at the life and career of actor Dick York.
Richard Allen York was born September 4th, 1928 in Fort Wayne, Indiana, but grew up in Chicago. As a teenager, York began his show business career as the star of the CBS program That Brewster Boy. He also appeared in many other radio shows and instructional films. York moved to New York City, where he performed on Broadway in Bus Stop. As York moved into television work, he performed with stars including Paul Muni and Joanne Woodward, and with Janet Leigh, Jack Lemmon, and Glenn Ford in movies including Cowboy and My Sister Eileen. While filming the movie They Came to Cordura in 1959 with Gary Cooper, he suffered a permanent disabling back injury while operating a railroad handcar. In 1960, after York's injury, he was able to play the role of Bertram Cates in the film Inherit the Wind. Next, Dick went on to star with Gene Kelly for one season in the ABC comedy drama Going My Way in 1962. York acted in dozens of episodes of now classic television series, including The Alfred Hitchcock Hour, The Untouchables, Rawhide, Wagon Train, Father Knows Best, and CBS's The Twilight Zone and Route 66. Dick York is probably best remembered as Darren Stephens in the 1960s sitcom Bewitched with Elizabeth Montgomery.
In his later years, Dick York did interviews where he explained that he actually was very much in love with Elizabeth Montgomery from the very beginning of the show, and it kind of created a bit of a tense situation as the series went on.
His back pain became a serious problem while filming Bewitched. The crew built a slanted wall for him to lean on in between scenes, which during the first two seasons allowed York to manage his back injury. During the third season, York's injury was aggravated into a more painful degenerative spine condition, frequently causing shooting delays while York required assistance to walk around. Sometimes York would seize up in debilitating pain, so the scripts for some of the later episodes on Bewitched were written around him being in bed or on the couch for the entire episode. York did not appear in a handful of Season 3 and 4 episodes, and by halfway through Season 5 was barely appearing at all. Eventually, York ended up in the hospital and able to go on working. From York's hospital bed, director William Asher and he discussed York's future. "Do you want to quit?" Asher asked. "If it's all right with you, Billy," York replied. With that, York left the sitcom to devote himself to recovery. He never again returned to the set of Bewitched. York became addicted to painkillers for many years. However, Dick eventually beat his addiction and in the early 1980s tried to revive his career. His last two film credits were on TV series Simon & Simon and Fantasy Island. Eventually, without being able to perform, Dick and his wife Joan, who he married in 1951, took what was left of their savings and bought an apartment building.
The idea of the apartment building as an investment was a very good idea. However, Dick York was very soft-hearted, and when people couldn't pay their rent, he would let them skate on it. And unfortunately, it caused financial hardship for him and his wife.
Short of cash himself, he missed mortgage payments and the bank foreclosed. The Yorks held on to their apartment by cleaning other units in the building they once owned. In 1976, the actor who once earned a six-figure salary got his first welfare check. Dick York was a 3-pack-a-day smoker for much of his life and often smoked cigarettes on the set of Bewitched. He spent his final years battling emphysema. By 1989, he was using an oxygen tank to help him breathe. While bedridden in his Rockford, Michigan home, he founded Acting for Life, a private charity to help the homeless and others in need. Sadly, Dick York died of complications from emphysema at Blodgett Hospital in East Grand Rapids, Michigan on February 20th, 1992. He was only 63 years old.
As you remember on the show Bewitched, there were two Darrens, Dick Sargent and Dick York. Which was your favorite Darren? Please leave it in the comments down below. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you again next time, unless I come to my own sad ending.